How to find averages from a table. I'm going to do this question in two different ways. You need to decide which way you like best. The first way I'm going to do it is slow but sure. The second way is quicker but a little bit more complicated. For the first method, I'm going to take all of the information out of the table. This table tells me that I've got one plant with a height of 4 centimetres, two with a height of 5, one with a height of 6, 4 with a height of 7, and 2 with a height of 8. Now I've taken it out of the table, I can answer these questions straight from this list here. To find the mean, I'm going to add them all up, which gives me 64. Then I'm going to divide by how many I've got, which is 10. That gives me a mean of 6.4. For the median, I need to find the middle number in the list. Counting in from both ends, I find I have two middle numbers, so I want the middle of 7 and 7, which is 7. For the modal height, I need the most common number in the list. I can see straight away that that is 7. Now for the quicker method. The first thing I need to do is put an extra column on my table. This column is going to be height times frequency. Four times 1 is 4, 5 2s are 10, 6 1s are 6, 7 4s are 28, and 8 2s are 16. If I add these numbers up, I get 64. If I add these numbers up, I get 10. Now to find the mean, I'm going to divide this number by this number, which again gives me 6.4. The median is a bit more tricky. If I have just two numbers, the median is in between the first and second number. If I have 4 numbers, the median is in between the second and third number. If I have 6 numbers, the median is in between the third and fourth number. You can see that what I'm doing is halving it to get 3 and then adding one on to get 4. Halving it to get 2, adding one on to get 3, and so on. I know I've got 10 numbers. Here's my first one. Then the next 2 are here, so that takes me up to 3. Then I have 1 more, taking me up to 4, and then 4 more, taking me up to 8. I know I can stop there because the 2 numbers that are going to be in the middle for 10 are number 5 and number 6. They're both here. They're both 7, so the median is 7. For the mode, I want the most common number. That's the number with the highest frequency. The highest frequency is 4, and the number with this frequency is 7, so the mode is 7. So these are our two methods, slow but sure, and quicker but more complicated. You need to decide which method is right for you and then use it for the next question. Here's a question for you to try. Press pause and have a go at it. When you're ready to see me go through the answers, press play again. I'm going to use the quick method for this question. If you've used the slow but sure method, you should still get the same answers as me. To start with, I'm going to put the extra column on my table. This time, it's beef burgers times number. 0 times 3 is 0, 1 9 is 9, 2 4s 8, 3 3s 9, 4 1s 4. If I add these up, I get 30. This is the answer to my first question. The total number of beef burgers bought was 30. Adding these up gives me 20. To find the mean, I'm going to do 30 divided by 20, which is 1.5. For the median, I know this is going to be in between the 10th and 11th numbers. Here's the first three. If I add 9, that takes me up to 12. So I know that the 10th and the 11th numbers are in this section here. They're both 1, so the median is 1. Finally, for the modal number of beef burgers, I look for the highest number here, which is 9, and that is 1 beef burger. These are the answers that you should have got. Here's a second question for you to try. Press pause and have a go at it. When you're ready for the answers, press play. Here are the answers. This is a standard question, which is usually on the exam. What you're looking out for is this wording here, estimate for the mean. We now use a standard technique. Put 2 extra columns on your table, here and here. This column is labelled midpoint, and this column is labelled midpoint times frequency. We now find the midpoints of these here. The middle of 0 and 2 is 1. The middle of 2 and 4 is 3. The next one's 5, then 7, then 9, and finally 11. We now do midpoint times frequency. This gives us 1 times 10 is 10, 3 times 15 is 45, then we have 175, 280, 225 and 55. We now say to ourselves, we don't need it, we need it. We don't need it, we need it. We now find the totals of the 2 columns that we need. This one adds up to 130, and this one adds up to 790. We now divide the big number by the little number to get the answer. We're asked to give it to 2 decimal places, so this is 6.08. This is my estimate for the mean. Here's a question for you to try. Press pause and have a go at it. When you're ready for the answer, press play. Here's the answer.